Hello and welcome back to Jesse's Vintage Garage, and we're working on the 40 UH some more here, and we actually got the tanks right here, and we got them all cleaned up, nice and waxed up. We got all the components all nice and shiny, waxed up, ready to go together here, and we're going to be working on getting the tanks prepared to be put on the bike. So first of all, let's just talk about the parts real quick. But first of all, we have the studs that go on the back side of the tank, on the back, the rear here, and behind. We'll put them in. The spoon tank badges, 40 to 47 style badge, and the screws are right here for them, and the little lock washer come with it. These little cardboard pieces here are like a gasket to go behind here. I think you've seen all that when we were making these fit when we were working on the tank. When we were getting the tanks ready to fit. We have the shift gate. I'm putting that on. And I'm going to add a little fiber washer behind there just to get a little distance between that and the tank. Because when I go to, between this and the tank, so when I go to tighten it down with this taper-headed screw like this, I don't want this to smash into the paint and cause it to crack or anything there. And this fiber washer will be able to raise it a little bit to give it that secureness to keep it from happening. I believe that's what the paint guy said. He wouldn't suggest me putting it metal to metal like it was originally because that would happen. Then we have the 40 and earlier style gas caps with the short knurling in there. So anyway, we're gonna get started here and get this all ready to go on the bike. Well, on the tank here, the actual colors here, we got Vivid Black, the newer color for Harley, and not really the original black that was in 40. I'm not really sure the code on that one or the actual mixture, but black kind of feels like black to me, you know what I mean? And this pinstripe that's on here, which was a 40 only pinstripe, was originally called Bittersweet, and the painter, he got that color to match as close as he could. It was a bright red with a little bit of orange tint to it, and it turned out really nice. So you can kind of see the orange in certain light, and you can see that it's red elsewhere. But this will look really nice. From everything I've seen on 40 bikes, he's got this in like just the exact right spot. It's not perfect. It's not original. I'm not trying to pull it off as an original or being perfect. I mean, but it looks really great the way it is. And it'll blend in good with the era and the style of the bike that's what I'm trying to restore. So anyway, let's get ready to start putting some of these components on. Getting ready to put the badge on here. We got the cardboard gasket down right now, sitting there, and then we're gonna see if see if we need to clean up some of this paint or not to make these badges fit back on or not. There we are. We got the badges on. Took quite a bit. We needed to focus on it completely, so we ended up not video recording it. But we cleaned out a little bit, the holes a little bit with some clear coat that got stuck in there, and then popped them on there, and it went right on. So really good. And we didn't scratch it or nothing, putting the screws in. That's really a pain in the butt. Slotted screw, easily fall off and stuff, but we lucked out here. So now we're going to installing the shift gate probably, and then put the fuel shutoff rod in and put them studs in the back. So we're getting ready to install the fuel shutoff rod. This is applies to all 1940 to 1965 motorcycles. They changed a little bit throughout the years, but anyway. So what's going on here is this rod has to come up to the bottom, and then this bottom piece gets put in. This bottom piece holds the crossover. The crossover line goes through it. But in our case, with running, we want to run flexible lines, so we're going to run a different style of crossover, like a banjo thing that goes across. So we'll run flexible line, because back then they were actually hard lines for the Bendix and stuff. With that, this colony kit here comes with this piece, and it's a 3340-3. And it comes with two of these fittings too. You put one in the bottom to feed the Bendix, and then you put, or your whatever carburetor you're going to run, SU, S&S, Super B, E, whatever the hell. And then and then you put the other one of these over on the other tank, and then we run our flexible line from there to there. Anyway,
now we're going to push this up and through here.
So yeah, we insert the rod all up there. That little pin you saw is actually stops it from going too far up when you turn the reserve on.
I pulled it up too far. Okay.
Okay, now we gotta set up the bottom piece. And we already did the alignment process. It talks about that in the book we just were looking at. But we did the alignment before we even painted it. We wanted to make sure all that was going to work.
We didn't fit the exact valve. Okay, now this goes to the other tank. So where do you put this? Does it go back here, or does it go up here?
Well, the original one kind of like went straight across, I believe. Well, it went. I don't know.
It's behind a little?
We might have room. We should probably find that out for sure, which direction we're going to do it.
Well, we can always loosen it up.
Yeah.
But for right now, we're going to have to hold it somewhere. So we got to tighten it up.
Yeah, let's hold it. Let's go like right here.
Can't tight yet?
Yeah.
Is it tight?
Yeah, it's stopped moving, so.
Okay, so we're tight.
Yeah, it's tight. So we won't install this other stuff yet until we get it on the bike, of course.
Okay, now the other part we got to do is this.
Okay. Yeah, we got to put the little rubber
seal assembly on. So first thing happens is this goes on. Then a washer.
Yeah, because we don't want the spring to get into it.
Right. Then the spring. Then this special nut. That's nice.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about that no more. So all our functioning is at the top knob. Then we just put this chrome knob on top.
Wow.
It's tight?
Yeah, it's tight.
And then my homemade knob thing. You can buy fancy ones from Colony and stuff, or you can make your own special looking one. Or originally they were just a screw on top and you would pull on this part, which I'll probably do anyway, so I don't want to rip that all apart. Yep, just like that.
Shut the gas off. It's off.
Right.
Later, you just turn it on. You just turn this like this somewhere, and then it's on. Then later for reserve, you just pull this up like that. Then that's reserve. This is off.
All right, well, that's that part of it. Okay. We're getting ready to install the shifter gate and the shifter assembly. We'll put that onto, and we'll put this all together. And we got the fiber washer sitting here I was talking about earlier. I'll talk about that again. And then we're going to make sure we lube this up when we put the pin in, because this will be the only time we can do that, because this does not have a grease zerk we can add grease to later or anything. So starting off, I guess we'll take these we're going to take these tapered screws here. We're going to put a touch of Loctite on here just to get them to stay. We'll do one at a time here. There's your fiber washer. I'll let you do that while I hold the gate there for you.
Wait a minute. Let's do this one at a time here. Okay. Where's
right there?
Okay. Lift it up. Okay. Well,
What happened?
when I lift it up, here, let me lift it up, because then I can hold it at the same time.
There you go. I was in the way. Okay, so like I was saying earlier, the paint guys thought that, you know, running metal onto the paint would just cause that paint to get all messed up over time. And what ends up happening is with that fiber washer, it doesn't like break down from elements or whatever, but it gives us our gap here, a little bit of a gap, so it keeps it off the tank so it doesn't cause a binding issue. Or
How snug you want it?
just pretty tight. Loctite will hold it the rest of the way. It's not going to go anywhere. Yeah, that's probably good.
Because you don't want this to move.
No, I don't. I don't want it to come loose either. So,
Okay.
all right. So next we'll put the shifter in. Well, actually, let's put this bolt in first. Let's go ahead and grease that up.
Nice thick grease.
And it's water resistant.
Yeah, water and
Isn't that boat stuff or whatever?
Chlorine and EP and high melting and you name it.
Right.
It's got it all.
Yeah, so the bolt comes in from the back, and then we attach everything on the outside.
I'm going to put some around the head so that wherever it
Oh yeah, it's gonna move too.
pivots on it, this pivots. So let me put this up in here.
There we are. It should stay. Yep.
Yeah, I got to wipe off excess now.
We just kind of take the shifter handle and fish it through the gate there and bring it out the bottom here.
Now we got to put Loctite on this too.
I mean, we could. We have a lock washer on there.
Oh, then we probably don't need
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Put it way up here where it's the highest.
All right, we need to put this flex washer in there.
Awful.
The spring washer. There.
Maybe it's better this way. Stay on the pivot. Good. Okay.
All right, we're putting a flat washer on just to keep the shifter safe, and the lock washer, and then put an acorn nut on here. Here we are, and we're just going to tighten it down. Now it's got a shouldered bolt, so the whole thing should move now if it's going to work right. Yep. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, sweet. So, yeah, we gotta put these studs in next. Let's just put them in. We probably use Loctite on those. We're messing around with the fuel shutoff. We're commenting on how tight it was, kind of going together and sliding across this seal here. So we're gonna put a touch of grease there so it doesn't like mess the seal up at all. You know, gas will probably eventually get on there and clean it all up, but
And then it'll lube itself too.
yeah. But for right now,
Right now it's all dry.
yeah.
And it's really dry.
Yeah. And then, yeah, gas will clean it all up. It won't clog nothing or anything.
Eventually, that'll just dissolve and go away, and then it'll stay kind of somewhat lubed anyway.
But I think I like the fact that it moves easier with that on there.
Well, we hope so. We'll find out here.
Yeah, it's a lot different.
Yeah, it's a lot more. Yeah, here, you pull it in and out now.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta do it with one hand. Oh yeah, easily.
And you got to turn it in, turn it, tighten it up. That's how you shut the gas off.
Wow, it's pretty cool. Can't wait till, I guess, maybe a few weeks we'll be riding this thing. I don't know. We'll see. Still winter yet. All right, so let's put these back studs in here. These back studs, they go in here. They help hold on to the to the to the frame here. They've got 3 points to hold these tanks on, the top one and the bottom one here, and then this rear one. So we'll go ahead and put a little bit of Loctite on these studs here and run them all the way in, and then we'll be able to move on to putting the caps on them when we finish up the tank part here.
Oh, yeah?
I wondered about that. Maybe there's like a little recessed area down in there. I don't know if you can see it very well. I think that that's part that's not threaded on these studs sits down inside there. So actually tightening it like you're wanting to do there, I don't know if it's going to work very well.
No, definitely not. I don't know how much stud you need sticking out.
Well, probably about,
There's where it tightens. We were so close.
that's probably fine like that.
Okay.
And then the last one here on this other tank.
There you go.
I'll just put the hardware on for now so I don't get lost for some reason. Make sure just set them on there the right way. All right, there we go. I'm gonna just put a gas cap on them or get a final look at this beautifulness right here.
Finished product.
Yeah. Get that? It's acting weird. Maybe not. Yeah, that's right.
No, I don't think you got it on. Oh, this is, okay, this is the other guy. Okay, it's on, yep.
All right, let's check these out. Well, there we are. We got the tanks all cleaned up and put together, ready to go on the bike. It's all nice and shiny again. I wiped off all the fingerprints that we managed to put on. It's gonna be an ongoing process for the rest of its life, probably cleaning it. So anyway, it turned out really nice so far. So we'll be putting these on next. We'll see how that goes. Got the bike sitting here. We're using the rear stand. Anyways, it's holding it up. And what I was talking about earlier in videos, I finally got to it here. We got this cloth tape wrapped in the spots where it's supposed to be according to the restoration guidebook. So right here we wrap it around right behind where the fuel tank mounts, and up here around this wire leading forward to the front. Wrap it around here too. That's the only two places it talks about, so that's the only two places I applied it. But right now we're gonna get ready to put the tanks on. So I got the seat raised up right now so we can access the holes here for the rear tank mounting. I'm gonna probably not video record us putting the tanks on because of the fact that we both need to be involved, and I was gonna use a tripod to try it out, but it's the fact that you can't hear us talk very well. So we'll try implementing the tripod and figure something out maybe a later time. But anyway, we're gonna get going here on putting this left side tank on first. Run the bolts through the front and then tighten this back one up here, and I'll come back and show you all that in a second here. So we got the left half mounted somewhat. We're leaving it loose right now because we got to put the other half together. We got the flat washer, lock washer, and then the hex nut like it shows in the book. And we got the bottom bolt coming through here. We made sure that our throttle cable did not get bound behind there, or anything else didn't. And we're looking pretty good through there. And our top bolt right here too. This is pretty good.
Yeah, it's not the cables holding us up here. Why don't it want to go over?
Unless we have to put like spacer or something.
Yeah, but what's stop? Oh, it's this rubber thing right here.
So,
okay, so you're gonna squeeze when we tighten it.
Yeah.
It's this rubber deal.
Yeah, the buffer that
Yes.
people forget about to put them on or whatever.
Well, I can see why.
Or they leave it off for a reason. Anyways.
So it goes together. But
Just make sure it's in the right spot. Now that you brought that to my attention, I want to make sure it's in the right spot. So it has a little area where it sits, like right there.
Oh.
Maybe it was in the wrong spot.
Yeah, it goes right in there now.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, it goes right in there.
Yeah, because with these even being aftermarket tanks, they still have the provision in these tanks for that. So we're good. All right, we can get the other half on in here and get it set up.
It's good.
There we are. We got the tanks installed, and it looks pretty good. And we got this little rubber piece here sitting here. It's kind of not sitting quite right. These are all just, when they're made, they're all just like remade. They're all like really curvy and stuff, and it'd be better if it was old and used and flat like they're supposed to be. So I think up next we're going to put the dash panel cover on, and then we'll probably figure out something else from there. So we're ready for this point now.
Yep.
There we are. We got the dash on. It's all nice and tightened down, and everything is functioning. And we're getting ready to start working on the left side here, the primary and the air cleaner stuff, and hooking up the shifter linkage to the transmission. We're going to do that on the lift, so we're going to get ready to put this on the lift now. We installed the old style Springer actual replica mirror here, and it's kind of a larger diameter here, but it's a short stem, and it's got a Harley Davidson reference part number, but I don't remember exactly what the part number was offhand or where I even got it from. But this is pretty much the kind of mirror that was used back then, It's got Parkerized hardware and everything. And then we also got the relay cover put on here, and because we know this all works from when we had it running, so we're good now. And this side pretty much looks done, except for I got some more stuff to do on the other side. We'll get working on that here in a minute. Well, as far as we got so far, we're probably going to come to an end on this video, and next time we see this, we'll be up on the lift. We'll finish up the rest of it here and get it all done, and go through the greasing of everything. So it's turning out pretty nice so far, looking pretty good. So I hope you enjoyed everything so far, and we'll see you again soon.